I know that you guys have seen it. I know that you guys have been watching all the recent leaks of the War Within alpha, the data mining that's been going on. There's been a lot of really cool stuff coming out with this new expansion. And in particular, there are 5 things that have been revealed with the War Within as of yesterday anyway. I know more is coming down the road, but there have been 5 reveals so far that I found very fascinating. Some of them we did not know was coming, some of them we did know was coming, but we just got more details. So I want to make a very, very short video just kind of geeking out about these 5 things coming to the War Within that I think are going to be really cool and really good for World of Warcraft in one way or another. You'll see what I mean. Before we talk about it though, Zygor, this channel's sponsor, link in description, Ultimate World of Warcraft add-on, code Nixxiom, 20% off if you want to check it out. So go check it out. So as you guys are well aware of, I am not a big fan of leveling in the modern game. But to be fair, I don't think many of us are. It's very simple, it's very linear at times, and yes, although there are cons to the classic form of leveling, I personally, as one voice among many, I prefer it. And although I feel that Blizzard should completely overhaul the early game experience in World of Warcraft, they are making a change to leveling in the War Within that I think is pretty cool. Check this out. So in the War Within, after you level to level 80 with at least 2 different characters, you are going to be given a permanent reward to your account where you will be getting 10% additional experience points for future characters up to level 80. If you hit level 80 then with 3 characters, you get a permanent 15% experience bonus, 20% for 4 characters, 25% for 5 characters. I know there's a lot of people watching this video right now that are total altaholics just like me. For whatever reason, we just really love leveling characters in World of Warcraft, be it in the modern game and classic WoW, it don't matter. We're just altaholics, what can we say? But even us leveling addicts have to admit that doing the same quests and the same zones and the same thing over and over and over, it can get a little tiresome. So Blizzard implementing this change, implementing these experience bonuses for people that are leveling up multiple characters to max level, I think that's really cool. It's a change that I was not expecting. I don't think anybody was expecting it. And big shout out to Mr. GM over on Twitter for finding this. Go give him a follow. The next thing that surprised me came out of an interview with Ian Hazzikostas, and it has to do with the Warband system. Now, I'm gonna make a whole video here really soon geeking out about the Warband system. Spoiler, I think the Warband system is the coolest thing coming in the War Within, in my opinion. But I'm gonna make a whole video about that. Subscribe if you wanna watch it later. The point is, when you're going to log into a new character in World of Warcraft, you are going to be greeted to this Warband screen. You choose your 4 favorite characters, they're seated around a campsite or whatever. We've only seen like a couple of backgrounds, like maybe 2, maybe there was a 3rd one, I'm not sure. But one thing that was revealed in an interview was that these backgrounds, Blizzard is going to make more of them, and they are going to make them obtainable through something, some way, they're not really sure yet, but they're gonna make different backgrounds attainable for your Warband login screen. This is a very small point, but like, dude, I'm like a role player at heart. Like, look at all this D&D crap right here. I'm building terrain and stuff back there. Dude, I do freaking LARPing. Like, yes, I know, I'm very cool. Anyway, the point is that if I'm gonna like, really get into my Warband, Nixxiom leading a bunch of characters in glorious combat, going out and conquering Azeroth, I don't want some dinky little campsite in the Dragon Isles. I want some freaking like Scourge themed background, man. Give me something set in Ocarus, the Ebon Hold, or in Northrend, like sitting among the icy spires of Storm Peaks or something. I don't know. But the fact that they're making more collectible backgrounds in the future, I think that's awesome. The 3rd thing, raise your hand if you are a Drakthir player. I know you guys are out there. I know you guys are fans of the Evoker class. I see you guys in my comment sections all the time talking about how much you love this class, how much you love this race, but damn, if only you could play as a frickin' Drakthir and be a mage. If only you could be a warrior. If only you could be... Well, guess what? According to Ian Hazzikostas, very early into this new expansion, into the War Within, Drakthir are going to finally be able to be other classes other than the Evoker. Personally, I think that's great. Now, I will say one thing. I don't play a Drakthir personally. I'm not the biggest fan of the Evoker class. It's just not really my class fantasy, but that's okay. But I will say that playing as an Evoker mage, for example, like, a blue dragon, like a former follower of Malagos or something, kind of getting into that fantasy as I'm playing the character, I think that would be awesome. Playing as like a Drakthir rogue could also be interesting. You stab somebody in the back and then you take flight and fly away. That would be cool. I think that playing a Drakthir paladin or druid would be kind of dumb, but I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there saying like, damn, dude, Drakthir druid, man, I want to see my dragon turn into like a dragon cat. Like, that would be amazing. I know those people are out there, but what all I'm trying to say is that Drakthir soon are going to be able to be different classes. And for those of you guys that are big fans of Drakthir, that one's for you. Okay, so this one's a little weird. So at the beginning of the video, I said that some of the things that, were going to be on this list were really cool from like a gameplay perspective, getting that bonus to experience gained or like being able to unlock new Warband background screens. That's cool. But I also mentioned that there was something on this list that was a little bit weird, a little bit strange. And that is this. Here we go. There are people out there that are absolutely terrified of spiders, okay? They got arachnophobia. Every time they see a spider, they lose their mind, they freak out. Now, I personally am not afraid of spiders, but I'll tell you one thing I'm afraid of, and it's deep frickin' water. The zone Vashir, especially that Dark Abyss zone, forget about it. I ain't questing there. That zone can suck my balls. Anyway, the point is that there are people out there that are afraid of spiders. And Blizzard, for some reason, had this idea in the War Within of putting a crab filter in the game. Yes, you heard that right. This filter replaces all the spiders in World of Warcraft with crabs. I mean, a crab kind of still looks like a spider, if you ask me. It could have been like sheep. Like, that could have been more, that could have been a little bit better. But then again, seeing a bunch of sheep walking around some cobweb-filled cave in WoW would have been a little weird. But I don't know, okay, crabs. So if you've been too afraid to play WoW all these years because of all the damn spiders, well, guess what? World of Warcraft now officially has crabs, all right? And finally, for our fifth thing, this one as well could be very small or it could be very large, depending on who you are as a player. So in Dragonflight, we had the introduction of dragon flying, being able to soar around, collect glyphs, being able to spin and stop in place, and all these abilities that really made flying more immersive and just more fun, at least for someone like me. However, there is quite a few people out there, I would say they're probably more a minority than a majority, but there are people out there that really don't like dragon flying. They found it very inconvenient, they found it annoying, unnecessary, and they really genuinely preferred the old way of flying, that was introduced in TBC. So the last thing that I found very interesting, very cool, very flavorful, was the fact that we all knew that dragon flying was going to become the norm, the norm way of flying in World of Warcraft going forward. However, Blizzard recognized that there is a portion of the community that does not like dragon flying, and so what they've done in the War Within is they've made flying kind of either or. If you're a fan of dragon flying, you can do it with all these new mounts that Blizzard has revealed that they have attached dragon flying to. But if you're just someone that you really just can't stand this system, they've made it completely optional. You can just set yourself back to regular flying in TBC. You can even do this as a Drakthir Evoker. You could just fly around like a normal mount. And although for me, I like dragon flying, I know that some of you guys are probably going to appreciate that. So that's a cool little detail that I think we can end this video on. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. That is also linked down below in the description. Earn rewards. I will see you guys with my next video. Here's to hoping that the War Within is going to be an awesome expansion. That's right.